We have done more than 30 million rand worth of business in the group. Why are we not collaborating as Zimbabwe? We like competing.
So Tatenda, thank you very much for joining me today. Like I said, I do appreciate your time. I know how busy you are. But I think today what we want to talk about is something that is very, very important, especially to myself, really, because I'm in the diaspora. I've got some issues that I've come across during my time here, sending money home and getting things not working out the way I would like to work out. And I'm in a season now where I'm looking for African solution for African problems. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And that is why I was attracted to your profile when I was scrolling. I came across your profile on LinkedIn, and what you are proposing or what you are working on could be just the answer that all those people who are in the diaspora were looking for or are looking for. So this is a very personal one for me, and hopefully it will be something that will help a lot of other people who I know in the diaspora facing this problem. So I guess before we go into all that, it is important to kind of have an understanding of who you are and
All right.
why you are doing what you're doing. So yeah, over to you.
All right. Thank you so much, Ezra. Thank you for inviting me. Basically, I should say thank you for inviting us as Shoka Connect, actually. So Tatenda is a young man born in the rural areas back in Zimbabwe. I grew up in Zimbabwe until I finished high school. Then I came to South Africa, did my varsity here in SA, and then soon after varsity, actually during varsity, I started working here in South Africa. I was one of the lucky ones who got a job even before I had finished varsity. So
Yeah.
I grew up the ladder and until to a position when I got to become the CEO of an organization, then left after a couple of years. Started my own consulting company, doing digital transformation consulting. And then from there, I also joined this other club, basically. It's called Shoka Zoguendo. So from the story that we are going to talk about today, Shoka Zoguendo is kind of in the center of it. So I'll tell you a little bit more about Shoka Zoguendo than about me, basically. So Shoka
Okay.
Zoguendo is the center of what I'm going to be talking about because it's at the heart of it. So I'm in the diaspora, so I've been in the diaspora since I started working. And you know, when you're in the diaspora, you are sending money to Zim, you are doing you like you need, or you also need to interact with other Zimbabweans in South Africa. It's like, you know, we need to speak our language. We also need to speak Shona. Here, most of
Yeah.
the times you're only speaking English. And so, in a nutshell, that's Tatenda. I don't want to say a lot more about Tatenda, but in a nutshell, that's Tatenda.
Okay. Right. So I guess with that, should we get into this Shoka Zoguendo? Yeah, and from what you're saying, it's like a social club. Is that right?
Yeah. So Shoka Zoguendo is basically a social football club. So it was started in 2016 by a group of men or professionals that are in South Africa with the goal, or Zimbabweans that are in South Africa with the goal of coming together, playing football, having fun as Zimbabweans in the diaspora. You know, there is that disconnection when you're in the
Yeah.
diaspora. You are in the diaspora. I'm sure you can feel it. There's a time
I
that you
understand.
need to go and meet your friends there, speak in Shona, speak in Ndebele, like speak your home language. So that's where
Yeah.
we started, and we started it as a social football club. So we'd meet on Saturday, we'd go play soccer there with those guys. I think we then managed in the same year actually. We then managed to talk to some other guys that are also in Johannesburg or in Pretoria, so that they can. Others already had their teams, like their clubs. Then we formed a league, which is called Madala's League. So every Saturday we actually play in that league, and we've got about 10 teams. that we play in the league, which that league is for Zimbabweans mostly. It's called Madalas, but Madalas that are in South Africa in the diaspora. So that's Shoka Zoguendo. So it was born in 2016. That's where we started Shoka Zoguendo. Now we're in the 9th year, and I've been in the committee through for some time. Then I left, and then now I'm the chairperson of the club of Shoka Zoguendo. So throughout those years, people grew to trust each other.
Okay.
We started, and we had a WhatsApp group. We have a WhatsApp group of Shoka Zoguendo. So in that WhatsApp group, someone, when they're looking for it starts with gardening. They want someone who does gardening. Do you know someone who does gardening? Someone goes there and says, okay, I do gardening. You take that person, he comes. Next, you're looking for someone to do a job. You just go into that WhatsApp group. Guys, I've got this job. Can someone do it for me? Then someone raise their hand and they do the job. So it got to an extent that I think we have done more than 30 million rand worth of business now after
Within the
those
group.
9 in the group using that WhatsApp group. So people would just say, okay, I need this, and then you would find someone that needs someone, and then there's a lot of collaborations that are happening within that group. And the most important ingredient there is the trust factor.
Okay.
Of course, there have been 1 or 2 times that people got banned, even after getting someone in the group, because, we would just let anyone join that group. So, some people would just join and then they'll take business and then somehow they would disappear. So that's Shoka Zoguendo. And we're a group of, now we are, I think, over 100 people that are on that group. And we are continuing to do business with each other. On Saturday, we even had a beautiful end of year celebration for Shoka Zoguendo, where people who own business, who own their businesses, they were speaking there, where people who are also professionals in their own rights. We've got CEOs of other South African companies, CFOs and whatever, who are part of that group. They were also speaking at that event, and it was nice. So it's a group of professionals and young men as well. We've got young men that are in varsity that have joined that group, and they are also learning from the ones who are already working or who have got their businesses as well. So that's Shoka Zoguendo.
All right. It sounds like a social kind of networking club where people get together, share ideas, do business. And so is that where you then decided that, okay, we need to move this thing to something more, I don't know, maybe more professional or more, what would you call it? How do you then go to Shoka Connect?
Not exactly. So we've just been doing business here and there and whatever. Like there's a group of, like, some are just there just to enjoy the soccer. Then some are really getting something out of it. They're getting businesses, they're getting work and whatever. So it's that's the kind of group that we have. Then when I became the chairperson this year, actually I was put last year. Then I decided, like, okay, we've been doing business. Now let's try and bring and teach our young ones and bring those ones who haven't been doing business. Let's bring them into the fold as well, so that they can learn that within this group, you can also be able to get work, you can do business, you can network, you can do all those kind of stuff instead of just meeting on Saturday. So I then organized a business indaba. We had we called it Shoka Zoguendo Business Indaba. So it was just supposed to be a business indaba for Shoka members, for our members of the club. Then while I was busy getting people in, inviting people, other people then say, guys, okay, why are we limiting ourselves? How about this event that we are planning? Let's just invite Zimbabweans, basically, that are in Joburg. Any Zimbabwean that's in Joburg, let's send them invitations. Let them come and attend this event. And then that's what we did. Then we invited some prominent speakers, some prominent business people, or from different, not just from Shoka, but Zimbabweans that are in Joburg, who came to present and to talk on that event. Then we made it free. It was fully sponsored by the businesses who are part of Shoka Zoguendo. So we made it free. Any Zimbabwean who wanted to come could come to that event. So in that event now, because we were saying, all right, we want Zimbabweans to start collaborating. That was one of the main purposes of the event. We want Zimbabweans to start collaborating. So that was the theme of the event, collaboration.
Okay.
Why are we not collaborating as Zimbabwean? We like competing. It was also part of the discussion. So they discussed, and after we had a nice event. It was very nice. After the event, people then came to me, including those ones that we had invited who are not part of Shoka Zoguendo. They can you know what, Tatenda, what we did today was nice. But most of the times we have attended this event. And this is where it stops. We just do an event and then it ends there. We meet people, one or two people, they get to know each other, and then they collaborate. They can collaborate, they network, they can collaborate, but then it stops there. So from that day, it got me thinking. I don't do things which just stop there. I don't want to just do an event and end there. So I started thinking, I started doing research, like how then can we make sure that this is a lasting thing? How then can we increase collaboration? Can we get Zimbabweans to collaborate instead of competing? So I started, I like research. Started doing research. I called business people. I had meeting with Zimbabweans who have got their businesses in South Africa. I had to go to Zim, do some research as well, just to see. Then by the time that I came back here, the plan was now, it had been formed. It's like, okay, this is what we need. But then now from the research that I had done, we realized that, okay, of course, disconnection is a problem. But why is there that disconnection? Where is it coming from? Of course, the number one that you might think is because we are in the diaspora, but it's not really the main point. It's the trust factor. As Zimbabweans, we basically...
So when you say disconnect, is it disconnect from who? Disconnection from the people within the diaspora, or disconnect with people back home in the home country?
It's both. So once you come to the diaspora, most of us who have come to the diaspora, I was lucky because when I came to South Africa, my brother was here. So I had somewhere to then go and visit and do, you know. But then now already I've been disconnected to my family that's back in Zimbabwe and my friends that are back in Zimbabwe. And then I'm coming here, I don't know anybody, or I meet 1, 2, 3 friends. But then you'll be meeting them because it's a busy life. You are meeting them once a month or something like that. Then the one way that we manage to solve it is by having that soccer thing on Saturday, and then we'll meet. So we managed to bring each other together into like, okay, but then there's still now that gap, that trust gap now. Like, let's say you want to work with someone. Not in Zimbabwe, not sending money to Zimbabwe to get someone to build a house or something. You want to work with someone here in South Africa. You want to bring your own brother, friend, cousin, or whatever. You have got an opportunity that you want to give them, and then you give them. The next day, they do a very bad job. I've been through that. I think some years ago, my boss asked me to say there was this project that needed to be done. She asked me to bring in someone. I brought in a Zimbabwean from the group that I'm talking about. And he came, he charged his fees, then he got paid. By the time that he was supposed to finish the project, he has done, we had to bring in someone else. That guy had done a very, very bad job. I was so embarrassed.
Yeah.
I was so embarrassed. And that's not just me. So a lot of people, a lot of Zimbabweans, when I was doing that research that I told, that was what they were telling me. Yeah, I like working with Zimbabweans. But one, they take, like, you pay them, they disappear with your money. Okay. There is one of the founders of Shoka Connect. some months ago. He wanted someone to fit an aircon in his bedroom, in his house. And he said he's also in pro-Zimbabwe. So he found a Zimbabwean on this other platform called Bark. And then they negotiated, and then he paid the fee, the deposit that was required for the guy to go and buy whatever materials and stuff. Disappeared.
That was
Up
it.
until now, we haven't found him. Disappeared. He went to the bank. Whatever. I think from the 6,000 rands, if I'm not mistaken, that he had paid, he managed to like the bank held, I think 1,000 something from the guy's bank, because he quickly withdrew the money and then just disappeared. So
yeah, that's a challenge. That's a challenge that a lot of people are facing.
Exactly.
A lot of people are facing that.
So a lot of people have been saying that. So that's where Shoka Connect came in. Like, let's solve these challenges that us in the diaspora are experiencing. That's how Shoka Connect was born, up to where it is now. Yeah.
Okay, so if someone is listening now, they want to understand what Shoka Connect is. Okay. How would you describe what Shoka Connect is, and what services do you get from Shoka Connect?
In a nutshell, I would like to say, in short, I would like to say it's a marketplace.
Okay.
Or it's so for people to then understand now, I think especially the diaspora, they've been in a mall. So it's Shoka Connect. We are building a mall, a digital mall for Zimbabweans that are in the diaspora.
Okay.
So at a mall, there are offices. At a mall, there are shops. Like different shops, you can find offices, companies, and whatever that are there at the mall. You can find supermarkets and all that kind of stuff that are at the mall. That's Shoka Connect. It's basically a mall where you can find anything that you want in the diaspora. So if you have got a business in the diaspora, or if you have got, let's just say, if you have got a business, you go and join Shoka Connect. You put your business on Shoka Connect. What happens at a mall? Once you put your business there, you are marketing already, because people are going to be walking through the mall and seeing what services are being, you know, ladies, they like window shopping and doing all that. So people are going to have, and you're going to be seen on Shoka Connect.
Yeah.
So it's basically your own mall. You are at Shoka Connect. You are in a mall. You are showing off. You're marketing your services. That's the first part. So it has got a business directory of Zimbabweans that are in the diaspora and other businesses that are in Zimbabwe as well. They can join Shoka Connect. So if you are in Zimbabwe and you work with people that are in South Africa, you go on Shoka Connect. You put on business there. Or if you're in Zimbabwe, you want to work with people that are in the diaspora, you put your business there. And then you are basically marketing your services on Shoka Connect. And it doesn't matter what kind of business you are doing. So be it you are selling, you have got a supermarket, you are selling stuff, be it you are selling your consulting services, whatever. We have got shops at a mall, we have got offices and companies at a mall. That's basically what we are building at Shoka Connect.
Okay. So there are two sides here. There's one for the businesses, and obviously there's one for those who are looking for the services. So the most common thing that people are talking about is building back home in their home country. So we're focusing on Zimbabwe today. Let's say building in Zimbabwe. And there's a builder who's on Shoka Connect, who's registered on Shoka Connect. I want to engage with that builder. What's the process like? And you talked about the trust gap earlier on. How do I just trust that builder just because they're on Shoka Connect, or is there any work that was done to verify that builder so that I can have confidence that my work is going to be done at the right standard and I'm going to pay a fair price?
All right. Yeah, no, that's a very good question. And that's a very important one, actually, especially in this day where I said people are running away with other people's monies. So what we are doing at Shoka Connect, For you to be on Shoka Connect, you need to be a registered business. Your business has to be registered. That's the first thing. Number two, you need to have been vetted. So we are going to make sure that everyone who joins Shoka Connect, we get their papers, we verify them. If they've got references, we go check the references. Then we put them there. So there will be different levels. There will be those ones without the blue tick. So we are calling it the Shoka tick. So you can be
Okay.
on there on, yes. So you can be there on the platform. You would have just done the basic verification, but you have been verified. You have been vetted a bit. Then there is some level of vetting that's gonna take you a step further, where you have the Shoka tick, that blue tick. So I think my developers yesterday, they were saying, no, we don't want it to be a tick. We want it to be a Shoka. We want it to be a foot there. That will
Okay.
be showing that you have been verified. So that's the first part. Then number two, so that's the first part of bringing people together on the platform, right? So rest assured, whoever you are dealing with on the platform, trust that person. But we are not using with we are not working with blind trust. I think if you have read some of the articles that I've been writing, we want to work with. We are saying trust but verify.
Yeah.
So yes. So we of course trust. They are on Shoka Connect. You should trust them. But no, we are not stopping there. We want to make sure, even though we have vetted them, they have been verified. We want to make sure that there is no way that they can defraud you. So we've made sure we put in place. We are putting in place an escrow payment kind of payment. So you pay someone, but then through Shoka Connect, whatever transaction that you are doing it through Shoka Connect. You pay it into Shoka Connect. The person or the builder that you want to, the company that you would have signed a contract with. By the way, before we go to the escrow part, let me actually start from the beginning. There are a lot of companies, construction companies that will be on Shoka Connect, right? That are in Zimbabwe. Then you have got a project that you want, or a house that you want to be built. So you put your you put on the platform that you want a house to be built. If you don't know then if you don't want to look for the company, you put it there. Then the construction companies, they put proposals to you of how much they want to build, to how much they want, and what are they going to do, what are their timelines. Like they put a proper proposal to you. Then basically you choose which proposal you want. So you are basically doing you are the tender man.
Yeah.
You are doing your own tender. They are tendering for your project.
Open. Yeah.
Yeah. Then you get them in. You choose the one that you want to work with. On the platform, you sign a contract. The platform will help you to generate a contract. So to start a basic one, then you change, you put in place whatever you need, the timelines, the whatever, through the platform, and you sign through the platform. It's all digitalized. Once you have signed, you have agreed on these milestones. Like I think most construction companies, they want They want a deposit. But with big construction, we are saying, all right, mostly they want a deposit because they want to buy material and all that kind of stuff. So on the platform, there are also going to be companies that sell those materials, cement and all those things. So you pay your money into Shoka Connect. We are not paying it to the construction company yet. Until we only pay it on once the milestone that you guys have agreed has been reached and has been verified. So if it's building, we make sure that it's verified. Then the money is released to the person or to the company. If let's say they are supposed to run a foundation or whatever and all that kind of stuff, then we move from there. And so the money will stay within Shoka Connect until The other side has been verified that with the milestone that you guys discussed or agreed upon has been done, and not just done, has been done well.
Okay.
Yeah.
So in terms of verifying the work that has been done, let's say, for example, I'm here, I've got no one back home to
Yes.
go and check what has been done. Whose responsibility are you as Shoka Connect verifying the stages of the building, or how would that work?
So what we are doing, there are going to be, as part of Shoka Connect, there's going to be a project management dashboard as well. So you're going to be able to do project management, progress tracking, everything there on the Shoka Connect. So remember, we said all the companies that we are basically going to work with, we are going to verify, they are going to be verified and all that. So we can't then be, so as Shoka Connect, we are not going to be sending a person every time to say, okay, go and verify this. So now that there is AI at every stage, let's take your example of building. Once you say you have done a foundation, you take pictures, you upload on Shoka Connect. There is geotagging. Make sure that you are not taking pictures of another place. We want it's going to show, like, we are putting mechanisms so that if you are taking pictures are for the place that you are supposed to be building. Because I know a couple of people who have been shown the same foundation for one house, and when they go back home, there is nothing there. So that's not, yes. But initially, what we are going to be doing before we do that part, we are still small. So initially, it's easy for us to just say, when you have got one person who is building, easy for us to send someone, they go, they look, they verify. But as we get bigger, we are going to be, that's the edge of AI. We are going to be using artificial intelligence to make sure that that verification is done digitally. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Now that is interesting, because there's so many stories. People have lost a lot.
Imagine. Yeah.
Yeah. So in short, if I'm to ask you, what is the actual problem you're trying to solve, so that people have an understanding? What I want people to do is to have an understanding of the problem is. For me, I know what the problem is in terms of sending money, and I don't see, maybe you don't see what the money is doing for you. So Shoka Connect is trying to solve a problem. What is the problem?
So the main problem, the bigger problem, is the disconnection that stops people that are in the diaspora, the professionals, the entrepreneurs, from collaborating. That's the main problem that we are trying to solve. That one, that disconnection, that's the one that Shoka Connect is here for. We don't want that disconnection, not just within the diaspora, but the one that stops us from sending money to Zimbabwe. All the other features, we are putting them on top of the problem that we are trying to solve, the disconnection. So we want people to start collaborating. So problem, that disconnection. The trust part, whatever, those ones are the causes of that disconnection. But the main problem is the disconnection. That's the one that we are trying to solve as Shoka Connect. Actually,
will I be
one way,
right to say?
disconnection.
Will I be right to say you guys are like a middleman bridging that gap between like the service providers, let's say, in Zimbabwe, and the customers in the diaspora, and you are there in the middle, trying to ensure that business is run in a professional manner and no one is defrauding anyone, and people getting what they pay for. Is that right?
That's another feature. That's part of what we do. That's part of Shoka Connect.
Okay.
I like the way I like you using bridge. It's a bridge, But then now you have quickly put the feature of you have just touched on one aspect of it. So
Okay.
it's a bridge which is trying to connect the diaspora, not just with Zimbabwe, but from the beginning, we are trying to it's the bridge within the diaspora itself. If you are in South Africa, a lot of Zimbabweans in South Africa, they want to we want to create, like, the Jewish economy. What they do,
Mm-hmm.
we want money to circulate within the Zimbabwean community before it gets out. So that's what we want to try and create with Shoka Connect. I know a lot of people South Africans might not be happy hearing me saying this, but we want, if Zimbabweans that are in the diaspora, if there is a company that offers the services that you are looking for and it's owned by a Zimbabwean, why not go for it? Let's make sure that money circulates within the Zimbabwean community first, and then once it has circulated 10, 20, 50 times within the Zimbabwean community, then it can go out. That's what the Jews are doing it. Why can't we do that? And that's how we build that. That's how we can build it. So the bottom line here is us building Zimbabwe. That's how we can build our country, by coming together as people that are in the diaspora. We've got more than 2.7 billion that we are sending to Zimbabwe every year, according to the Reserve Bank. It's according to the Zimbabwe Treasury, more than $2.7 billion every year. So if we can come together as Zimbabweans that are in the diaspora, we can build great things back home. Why? Because by collaborating, by working together, by empowering another Zimbabwean who has got his own business. Like, I want my t-shirt to be printed. Instead of going to Minuteman or whatever other company that does printing, why not find a Zimbabwean owned printing company and let them do that? We have been doing it with our group. These t-shirts are there for Shoka Connect, by the way. These t-shirts, they were printed by one company that's owned by a Zimbabwean who is part of Shoka Zoguendo. So we are giving each other work. That's what we want to do. Let's empower each other as Zimbabwean. That's what we are trying to do. That's what Shoka Connect is trying to do. And then from that empowering of each other, we are making sure that if you are getting a revenue of $100, we're making sure that if I'm giving you work and whatever, at the end of the day, your revenue is going to increase. You're going to be getting 1,000. You're going to empower another Zimbabwean and whatever. Your company is growing. And when your company grows, now we are able to then go to Zimbabwe. Let's build them more in Zimbabwe, guys. Let's come together because of that trust that we have built. Let's come together. If you have got $100, we all put $100 each. We put it down. We are able to go back home and find land and build a beautiful mall. What have we done? Now we are creating jobs back home. We are investing back home. Why? That's the power of collaboration. Now the diaspora is disconnected. You are doing your own thing. Tatenda is doing his own thing. Other people are doing their own thing. But by coming together and collaborating in whatever aspect that we are collaborating, we will be able to then go back and invest. And what we have done now with Shoka Connect, instead of saying we are looking for something to on the platform itself, now you can find ways wherever you want to invest. You want to invest in building a house, you want to invest in building a mall and whatever. You can go through Shoka Connect and invest through Shoka Connect. Verified. I think there are a lot of projects that are happening in Zimbabwe. We are going to put them on the platform so that you can invest back home. By the time that you go, you can say, okay, guys, I don't have money. There is a lot of investment options. You can buy a quarter of a cow. And then the cow is being owned by 10 people, but then it's going to grow. Once it gets what is a cow's kid called? But a cow. Yes.
Cow.
A cow, whatever. Let's say initially you have got the two of you own one cow. Now when it has a calf, whatever, it grows. Now you start dividing and you're adding more money. You are investing. You are building your world. You are building the next generation's world. You are building Zimbabwe. That's where Shoka Connect is trying to play. So we are trying to bring the diaspora community together, not just the people that are in South Africa, not just the people that are in the UK. We want the diaspora of Zimbabwe to come together and let's build Zimbabwe. That's the only way that we can make our country better. Let's come together. Instead of running away from Zimbabwe, let's come together and build our country and build our economy, guys. Yeah.
Yeah, I think that is, if you look at conversations now with people in the diaspora, things are changing so much in the diaspora. Life is not as easy as it was 10 years ago, 20 years ago. People are really thinking about, do I still need to be here or do I want to go home? But the thing is, that fear of like, I don't know what's there. I don't know what I can do. What business can I get into, and things like that. It's difficult. So Connect, from what you are saying, can be that platform where people can find information about what's happening within the country. So what's happening in Zimbabwe? What projects are there in Zimbabwe? How you can get involved in those projects? How you can safely invest in those projects? And I like the idea of I'm building a house and I've got people that are competing for, for me to choose, that way I'm not limited to one person, and I'm not going to just pay a lot of money just because that's the only person
they know that you only know one company. They're charging an arm and a leg, eh?
Exactly. But I think there's a challenge. I like the idea, and I see how it will work and how it will benefit a lot of people. You talked about the Jewish community and how they work, keep the money within the community, and I think it will be something really good for our African community, our Zimbabwean community. But for me, speaking from experience, how do we overcome the issue of competition? Because I think for us to work as a community, we have to remove the competition side of things if you want to collaborate, because I think we are taught to compete in every area of our lives, really, starting from school. You go to school at the end of the term. What you are graded in terms of like what number are you within the class. So if you're a class of 30, if you'll be given a report, say you're number 1 or number 30 or number 25. So that breeds that competition from a very young age. And this is still going on now in our adulthood. So when we come to platforms where we are doing business, I want my business and I know what's working. I don't want to share that information because I see other people as competition. So how is Shoka Connect going to overcome this issue?
All right. So that's a very difficult one. You have taken part of a speech that I usually give to people. When I'm talking, I always give that example that from primary school, I used to be number 1. I used to like a first place every time and whatever, and would compete so that you can be that number 1. And you'd go to high school, you still compete so that you become the best in class. And that's the Zimbabwean mentality. And not just the Zimbabwean mentality. I think South Africa, they are trying to do away with it, but it's still there. It's the African mentality, basically. We are taught at a young age to compete. Yeah. So we are taught to compete. So by the time that we start our businesses, I want my business to be better. If I'm building a house, I want my house to be better than your house. If I'm buying a car, so everything that I'm doing, I'm competing. So the only way that can be done with is through a mindset shift.
Yeah.
It's a mindset shift. Without that shift, we are going to stay behind. We are not good. That's one of the reasons why we have failed to build our country. That's one of the reasons why, as Africans, we are failing to build our country. The mindset. We are competing amongst each other. We are afraid to be second. We are afraid to collaborate. So you see, it's only when you get to varsity, not even varsity level, actually. I noticed that even undergrad, people would still be competing. They still want to be the best. It's only when you go to your MBAs and whatever that you then start being taught that collaboration, that's how you grow your business. That's how you make it, by collaborating. So I'm pretty sure I had that competing mindset as well, until I had that shift. It's a complete mindset shift that's needed, not just to Zimbabweans, but to Africans. How we do that with Shoka Connect? Shoka Connect itself can't do it. It can't bring that mindset shift of saying collaborate. Shoka Connect, it's removing the worry of your money being stolen or whatever. And I think it's trying at a lower stage. It's giving the foundation. It's making it easy for collaboration to happen. So now what we then need to go out there is to talk to people, to say, guys, we need to start collaborating. That one will still need to be done through talking to people, because with just a platform that's there, people are not going, and they're not going. It's only few people that are going to collaborate. Those ones who have been in business, who have realized that, you know what, I can't succeed without without this other business, without this and whatever. Like if you see a lot of big businesses, they've come together, they've collaborated. I'm sorry to say this, but white people are not afraid to help each other when it comes to business. But as blacks, as Zimbabweans, if someone is struggling, I'm happy. When I see his business not doing well, I'm like, I'm gonna take his customer. You see, it happens even in churches. Like in churches, pastors themselves, they are happy. They are happy when another church is losing people, because now they can say, I'm winning. My church has got more people. That's the Zimbabwean mentality. That's the African mentality. So we need that mindset shift. We need to start talking to people. You have got this platform. This is where it starts. You talk out the guys, collaboration. This is how you make it in life. This is how you make it in business. Collaboration. You can't go it alone. Tatenda can, like when I had the idea, I could have said, no, you know what? I'm gonna start working on this thing on my own. But no, I couldn't. I didn't do that. I brought in people that I knew have got some skills that I do not have. People that could bring this thing to life. So I've got 4 founders. We brought in other people, and now we are working together. We are collaborating so that this can come to life. So mindset shift. We need that as Zimbabwe. Like, let me start. So we need that as Zimbabweans. Let's start preaching collaboration. Let's keep the competition of wanting to drive a Raptor because my other friend is driving this. It's just material things. Like, really. Let's collaborate. Let's build our country. Let's build our nation. Let's do something that the next generations to come will say, look at what these guys did. They brought people together. And by being together, trust me, we can make it like one. Oh, yes. So what my father, before he passed on, some 3 years ago, he brought us together as I'm from a very big family, by the way. We were 11, same mother, same father. Okay. So he brought us together with.
That's a football team right there.
Then you know Mutairo, right? You know that Mutairo that's used in Zimbabwe. What is it called? I don't know what it's called in English, but that Mutairo.
We can call it. Is it a broomstick or something? Like we can call it. You can call it a broomstick.
Let's call it a traditional broomstick.
Yeah.
But so what he did, it has got those like he took one of those things, those strands, that grass, he took it out, and then is like he was talking to us, his kids, We were all sitting there. He took it out and he said, you see this thing, when you are one, when you are alone, I can easily break it. Then he broke it. Like that one thing is like, that's how you are when you are trying to do things alone. When wind comes, it's gonna be able to push you. When things come, they're going to be able to push you and force you to break, and you are going to break. Why? Because you don't have a support system. But the reason why I've got 11 kids is because I know that if you guys come together and be like this Mtairo and be like these friends that are then brought together, if he tried to then bend it, they didn't break. Why? Because now they are together. But if you take each one separately, easily you can break it. When you put it together, you can't break it. That's the power of collaboration. The moment that we become strong, we can build, like, you know, the collaboration aspect, it makes me sad, but it makes me excited because I know that without the collaboration aspect, we are not going to go anywhere. Of course, you can have some money, you can whatever, but you're not going to build something lasting. You're not going to look at what they did at Facebook. Mark Zuckerberg didn't build Facebook alone. They collaborated. He knows that he's got this strength, power of collaboration. That's what we should do as Zimbabwean. Let's collaborate. Let's build our country. Instead, if we are just one, we will run away.
Yeah.
You will run away from your country and go to the UK and start working there. And of course, you are going to have a wonderful life there and whatever. But if you collaborate, you're going to say, okay, guys, we are here. Let's collaborate. You build something in Zim that you say, I want to go back to Zimbabwe because you know you've got something there's something that's going to bring in passive income for you. That's going to, for your generation, for the next generation, for your kids, you are going to be able to sustain them. Not because you are one, but because you have collaborated. You are united with other people that are around you.
Okay.
Now I'm talking like a pastor.
Those are words of wisdom. Those are really, really powerful words, to be honest with you. It makes sense. And there is strength in numbers. Everyone knows that. Yeah. If you stand alone, you know, you can be exposed to so many different things. But if you've got other people around you, people you can lean on, people you can learn from, you know, then I think we will do better as Africans, as Zimbabweans, to rebuild. I think the aim at the moment is to really stop running, stop chasing success elsewhere, and look for success within our continent. Because as African children, we are running away from Africa, and we look people from the east, from people from the west, they are running towards Africa because they know this there. But it seems like us as Africans, we don't know what's within our own continent. So platforms like this will help to highlight those things. So if a group of businesses are coming to this platform, they're highlighting things that are happening within Zimbabwe, within Africa, then for us who are in the diaspora, we have more information, we've got more knowledge, so we can make informed decisions in terms of like what can we actually do, how can we actually get involved. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to this. So I guess the other part I wanted to understand is businesses can register on there, and obviously people want services like, should we call them customers, can register on there as well. Are there any registration fees, or how does it work in terms of using the platform?
So initially what we are trying to do is B2B, business to business. That's the initial model that we are working with, business to business. To register on the platform, it's free. You go there, you register on the platform, you can be on the platform, then you get verified and whatever. Then you decide which tier do you want to be. So there's a basic, there's premium, there's an enterprise. So if you want to, then you can subscribe. You can be there for free, but then you've got limited features that you can then get access to or that you can use. Then the basic one, there are some features as well. Then there's the premium one. You can get all the features. Then the enterprise one is for big businesses that are going to be doing the $1 million projects and all that kind of stuff, who are going to be building malls, investing and whatever. So you want to be able to manage. So on the enterprise one, that's where those project management platforms and whatever and all that will be on, because now you want to see, okay, how exactly you can bring in your team as well on the platform. You get a project manager. You are not just an individual. Now you've got your whole company on the platform. There are 10, 20 people that are going to manage a project and whatever. You've got another project manager who is putting progress reports, just to make sure that all milestones are moving the way that you guys have agreed. So just to register, like for now, I basically want people to go there, go join the wait list, go on the wait list and help us build the platform with what you think you need as a business. So the reason why we want people on the wait list, now we are in the process of building, as you know. So the people that are on the wait list are actually giving us ideas of saying, hey, guys, this feature, no, we don't need it. So we are using the lean startup methodology, so that we are building, learning, and measuring as quickly as possible to say, okay, is this feature necessary or not? If it's not necessary, we are leaving it out. So we are building, measuring, and then we are learning from there. So that loop: build, measure, learn. So build, measure, learn. Build, measure, learn. Once we learn, if we need to pivot, we pivot. If we need to persevere, we push with it. So that's what we are trying. That's the purpose of people being on the wait list. We are making sure that the platform is not just being built because of what Tatenda thinks is the problem that they are trying to solve, all the features that are needed. So we want to build for the community, for the Zimbabwean community, for the diaspora. So you have your sales saying, what you are building, this is not necessary. Oh, this is necessary. So we are testing the features and making sure that by the time that we say we are on full launch now, the features that are there are the features that you, as the people that are in the diaspora, would have said, this is what we want.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So for those who are listening and would like to be on the waiting list, I'll put the link in the description box below. I think it's always good to be part of something that is being built, and especially if you are interested in using that platform, having your say and your voice and share your ideas, that's the best way forward. So at the end of the day, we'll have a product that is fit for purpose, like you said. So yeah, guys, join the waiting list. I'm there already, and it's interesting. And I think, would there be any maybe opportunities for having meetings with people who are on the platform to actually have conversations with them, depending on where you are in your process of building, kind of showing them like where you are and then getting feedback from those individuals? Or is there any plan for that?
So for starters, there's an event that we are actually, so we like now, me and my team, we are busy attending these events that are being hosted by other Zimbabweans, just to talk to people, tell them what we are doing, and hear from their side as well, what exactly do they want. And so I think we are also going to be hosting webinars on show, I think that's going to be from January onwards, just to show the prototype, what we have done, how far we have done. And if you are on the wait list, I think every 2 weeks you will be getting an update of, okay, these are the features that we have done for this week. So as long as you are on the wait list, you will be getting an update, and you will also be part of the people that are, if you have agreed to be part of the people that will be testing some of the features. You start transacting, you start doing all those, but then it will be in beta mode, it's not, it won't be as nice as it will end up, but it will just be testing the functionality.
Yeah.
That's the fact.
So in terms of launching, when do you have a timeline? Do you have a date in place? Or...
We do have a timeline, and my CTO is very confident. I had a chat with him last night. I think we had a very long meeting with him and his developers. We had a late night meeting, and he's very confident with the way that they are moving. So he said, initially I was saying actually May. So he said in April, May, definitely we are launching. April,
Okay.
May, definitely we are launching, and we are working in sprints. Every 2 weeks we get to see how far they have moved, what they have done, and whatever. And I'm actually with the product owner, so I have to make sure that the way that we are moving is exactly what the people want as well. Because sometimes, the communication between us, between the developers and the business people, it gets lost. You say we want this, and then at the end of the day, you realize that this is not what we were explaining. So we are making sure that as we build, we are together. We are making sure that whatever we say we want is what we are getting. And I've got
Okay.
a very good team behind me. The developers, they're doing a great job. We've got marketers as well. We've got the marketing team. Think so far doing a great job. And come April, May next year, that's Q2 2026, Shoka Connect will officially go live. Of course, before then, some people on the wait list would have tested the features, would have started transacting on the platform. Of course, it will be free. You just be making sure that we are testing, you are seeing how are we doing and all that kind of stuff. But come April, May, we are there. Shoka Connect is live. Yes.
Nice. No, that is good, man. That is good. And we can't wait to be part of this journey. Right. I'm gonna put you on the spot for a little bit here, right?
Okay.
I had a conversation with you in the past, and you said you were at some point actually in the UK for a little bit, and then you decided to go back to Zimbabwe or something like that. This is, like I said, this is where most people are presently. They are really looking to think, you know what, I need to go back to Zimbabwe. How was that process for you? Coming to realize that, you know what, I'm in the wrong place for me as an individual. I want to go back and I want to work from Africa.
So luckily for me, my stay in the UK was very short. It was very short, but then when I was there, I was lucky. I quickly got a job. My brother got me a job, and it was paying very well. Like, I could see I was always changing the money that I was getting into rand. And then I would see, I'm like, wow, this is a lot. But then I
Oh,
worked there, I think it was November, December, Jan, and Feb. Unfortunately, it was winter.
yeah,
And for me, me and winter and the cold, yeah, no, we are not friends.
we
So it
didn't
was
work.
easy for me. It was very easy to make that decision. My brother has tried to convince me since then to say, "Dad, you should come to the UK. You should come back to the UK. You should very good opportunities this side and all that kind of stuff." But for me, just that experience, I said, I will be coming to the UK to visit you guys. I'll come to the UK to watch soccer. I'll come to the UK in summer, not in winter. That's not for me. So coming back here for me, that process was easy. But I'm because I've got brothers that are in the UK. I know the process because people have built how they've got their houses, they've built families in the UK. So the process of coming back to Zimbabwe is kind of difficult because you see you have got your life in the UK now, and you say you want to come back to Zimbabwe. You don't have anything. You probably do not have anything. The past 20 years, you have only been to Zimbabwe once when there was a funeral or something like that. So it
Yes.
will be difficult for you then to go back to Zim. So for me, I'm in South Africa. Going back to Zim for me is easy. Why? It's pretty close. It's like I think this year alone I've gone to Zim more than 20 times. Just this year alone. So for me, Zim is home. It's here. If I can just wake up in the morning and say I want to be in Zim after 2 hours, and then you are in Zim. One day I remember I just woke up. I was feeling a bit sad. I was driving my car and just like, I'm gonna go to Zim. I drove.
Gonna go home. Yeah.
I drove to Zim.
See, that's the beauty of being close to home, isn't it? Whereas when you're here, you thinking about the ticket to go home,
and
how much is it going to cost?
Expensive as well. Exactly.
So, so if someone is thinking about coming back to Africa, coming back to Zim now, what advice would you give them?
You need something in Zimbabwe. So I was in Zim a few days ago. Zimbabwe, things are changing in Zimbabwe. People are building things in Zimbabwe. We've got new malls. People are building houses. Like, it's different from 2 years ago, 3 years ago. Zimbabwe is getting better, but you need to know where to invest. You need to know who to invest with. You need to know who to trust. That's very important. You can't just go to Zim with nothing, because you go there, you're not going to, you're going to go back to UK and say, guys, Zimbabwe is not for me. But you need to make sure that you have put in the foundation, you have put in the work back home. You decide, what do you want in Zim? You can start a business. You guys are making a lot of money in the UK. Your money, because it's strong. By the time that you bring it to Africa, it's like you have got millions here. You are able to then build something. You can start a business. But you need to know where to invest. That's where now Shoka Connect is coming in to say, all right, we are putting on our platform. We will be telling you which areas to invest in, which ones are paying. So I don't want to say it's going to be more like a stock exchange or whatever, but we want to use Shoka Connect as a way that you in the diaspora can be able to invest in Zimbabwe, so that by the time that you come back to Zimbabwe, or you decide to come back to Zimbabwe, you have got something that's waiting for you. You have got a business that's waiting for you, that's going to be generating income for you, generating income for your kids, and so forth and so forth. That's where Shoka Connect is coming in. Come through Shoka. If you want to go back to Zimbabwe, come to Shoka Connect. We will make your transition just like that, and you'll be happy to be back home.
Nice. No, thank you, Tatenda. No, this is exciting. And if people want to connect with you, where can they find you?
So I think if you have noticed, I'm very active on LinkedIn. Very active on LinkedIn, but then I'm not sure if I should do this, but then I'm active on my email. I can put my email there. You can put my email address there. If anyone wants to connect with me, they can send me an email. I'm that free. Send me an email. 24 to 48 hours, I will respond to your email. As long as they are not a lot, I will respond to your email, and I'll answer whatever question that you have.
Okay. Now I'll put a link to your LinkedIn profile. I'll put a link down there so we can start following you and connect with you from there. And obviously, based on the conversation that you're having with individuals, you can maybe then take it to different platforms, maybe
now that's perfect. Yes.
Facebook, somewhere that it is.
That's
but yeah, well, we connected on LinkedIn, and it's been working fine. And here we are today. So I think this is what you've been saying all this time. It's about networking with purpose, about connecting with people with purpose. And because it's very easy to gather and have fun and forget about it and then carry on with our lives. But if we have platforms where we can gather, exchange ideas, share stories, instill confidence in each other, then I think we'll do better as a continent. And to be honest, I talk to a lot of people. A lot of people are at that stage who are in the diaspora. They are at that stage. They really want to find something to do in their home countries, so that they have that freedom to say, yeah, I've had my time here. I've had a good life, but I want to go home. Because the feeling of being home is always different.
It hits
You know, I've
different when
been
you're
here
home,
for
eh?
you know, I've been living here for a long time, but every time I go back to Zimbabwe, that feeling of belonging, it just never goes away. You just feel different. The moment you land, the moment you are there, you just feel like, yeah, this is right. This is what it should be. This is home. But to make it home, we need to have something there so that we are comfortable. We can then make a life out of it. So with the idea that you're coming with, I see a lot of potential. I see how it can help people to have those things that they desire back in their home countries. So we talked a lot about Zimbabwe, uh, obviously because this is where you are starting from. You are from Zimbabwe, and this is your main focus to start with. And as the business grow or as the platform grows, are there plans to go Africa wide, or is it just going to stay in Zimbabwe?
So the vision is for it to be for diaspora collaboration, not Zimbabwe, not just Zimbabwean diaspora collaboration. We are starting with Zimbabwe because I am a Zimbabwean. My other founders are Zimbabweans as well. But the vision is to make sure that every African that's in the diaspora can go on Shoka Connect and they will be able to interact with, if you're a Nigerian, with other Nigerians that are in the diaspora, in whatever country that they will be in, and also invest in their country back home in Nigeria. If you are Malawian, you go on Shoka Connect. You are in South Africa. You are in South Africa. You also do business with other Malawians, and you invest into Malawi. So the goal here is to make sure that for every African country, every African community, it has got, like, if you look at the numbers, Africans, I was looking at the numbers last time, I think Africans, we sent home from the diaspora more than, I think, $87 billion a year.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah. So there are a lot of Africans that are in the diaspora. So the goal of Shoka Connect is to bring those people, to bring the diaspora, regardless of whether you are Nigerian, Zimbabwean, Malawian, Zambian, or whatever country that you are from. Get together with your community and start collaborating so that each of us, we can start building our countries. We can start building, if I'm Zambian, I will start building Zambia when I'm in the diaspora. I will start building Malawi when I'm in South Africa. So by the power of collaboration, this will also make it easier for us not to wait for investors from China, America, or whatever to come and build in our countries. But we build our countries as Africans. I like I like the title that you had put. It's African answers to African problems. I call it African solutions for African problems. I remember I commented on this other young man's LinkedIn post. I was telling him, like, you are doing a brilliant job here. It's put this other nice post. Like, this is what we are looking for. We want people to start having African solutions to African problems. Let us not wait for someone in Silicon Valley to come and tell us, here is a solution to your problems, because those those solutions, they are just going to be a little bit tailored to the context of Africa, but they are not going to really solve our problem. We know our problems. We know what we are struggling with. We have experienced it. We are within it. We are in it. Let's build our own solutions. Let's make sure that whatever we are building, we build it from scratch. We build it from there. We are not really reinventing the wheel, but we're making sure that the wheels, they fit the terrain, the African terrain, our own terrain. not taking the,
Yeah.
saying, no, we can't be doing that. We are tired of doing that. We have tried that. And this is where we are. It has left us here. We have tried that. It has left us here. Now let's start build our solutions for ourselves. African solutions to African problems. We have experienced this. We know what we are struggling with. We know our problems deep down. And we know the solution. We are good at it. Let's shift that mindset. Let's collaborate.
Yeah.
Collaboration is the word that I want to hear it so much, that the power of collaboration, it can turn Africa into, like we are a lot bigger than America. We can do better. We have got the resources. We have the people. We have the passion. We have the pounds, the rands, the dollars, the yen. But currently,
Yeah.
what is missing are the bridges. The bridge is what's missing now. The passion is there. The people is there. The money is there. Now the bridge is coming. Shoka Connect is building that bridge so that our communities can finally turn that individual hustle that we are doing here in South Africa, in UK, in America, in China, whatever, into collective power, into collective collaboration power. That's where we are trying to go. That's what we are doing as Shoka Connect. So guys, join us. Let us collaborate. We are building something for the diaspora, by the diaspora, by the Zimbabweans, by Africans. Let's build it. Let's make sure that this thing comes to life, and we build our countries, we build our economies, and we surpass the Europeans. We don't have to go and cry to the Europeans, to the Americans. Let's build our own thing. Let's do our own thing. Let's not depend on aid from America, guys. That's like really, we are here.
You're starting another conversation now, because I was thinking the other day that there's this Zimbabwe saying where they say ititidze kubvisa mwana wemva namadziwa. Basically, for those who understand, Shona, it's just speaking to self-interest. So if you are expecting people to come from China, from Europe, from America to come and build Zimbabwe for you, of course they will do, but there's self-interest. The solutions that they will bring to the table, there is more for them than there are for the locals in Zimbabwe. If you just look at what's happening, those companies are coming to build in Zimbabwe. What are they walking away with? And what is Zimbabwe staying with? You know, if you really look into that, that's when you realize that we have to do it for ourselves. It's time to stop looking elsewhere for that help, and for us to actually start building for our own. We've been in the diaspora. We've learned a lot of things. We've got a lot of experience. It's time to start implementing those things back in Zimbabwe. So with Shoka Connect, your platform, that's where it starts. So I'm excited. And thank you very much, Tatenda.
I'm excited
for your time.
Let's come together, guys. Let's collaborate. Let's do this. Let's build our country. Let's build. Let's not shy. Let's not run away. Let's not compete. You see, tomorrow there will be someone who is saying, "Now I want Fit Connect."
I had to do my own version. Nah, honestly, but yeah, no, it's good. No, it's a good project that you're working on, and 100% behind it. Let's pull together, guys. Let's see this through, and come what did you say, April, May, launch this thing and see where it takes us. So yeah, I can't take any more of your time, Tatenda. Thank you very much for your time today. And hopefully we'll see you back here again at some point. So when we are talking about the actual launch and kind of giving us more information of where we are, maybe a few of what the actual platform looks like, maybe just before the launch, so that we have a idea and understand our way. But yeah, thank you so much. I appreciate your time.
No, thank you so much, Ezra. Thank you so much for inviting me. This was wonderful speaking. You know, it's sometimes I get carried away, but this has been wonderful. Thank you so much.
I can see the pattern when you're talking about Shoka Connect. I can see, I can see someone who's got a vision, and you're really on the right path to deliver that vision, and I see the joy, the excitement, you know. So yeah, it's good to see, man. Good to see.
No, thank you. Thank you.